What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the super quick video, and today we'll be talking about strength. This one here came from lots of comment requests, so after watching, just let me know in the comment section what do you want me to cover next. And by the way, I'll be doing lots of videos like this, so make sure to drop by the channel after watching. There will be lots of good stuff in there. So now let's get right into it. So for the scope of this video, in here we'll be talking about all the stuff that strength does, its relation to badges, and some recommendations at the end. Some of these things might sound obvious that strength affects it, but it's still good to test it to confirm if it really affects it. So first use of strength will be your back down action. It works on the defensive and offensive side. So as the defender, the higher strength you have, the better resistance to back downs, and of course on the offensive side, the higher strength you have, the more power you got. And by the way, it helps on resisting and doing drop steps as well. Next one, it helps on box out actions. Same thing as a while ago, it helps on the offensive and defensive side. On defense, you'll have more resistance to swim or warm actions, and on offense, you'll have more chance on swimming through box outs. Next one, it helps on screen actions. On offense, the more strength you have, the more powerful your screen will be, and on defensive side, the more strength you have, the more resistance you got for screens. Now for the next one, what about on the perimeter defense side of things? The more strength you have, the more resistance you have on blow-bys in general. That includes your bulldozer animations, your blow-by animations, and all those types of body ups. In here, the defender only have 25 strength, and he received a lot of this bulldozer animation. And that includes the on-ground bulldozer animations and the actual shot bulldozer animations. And by the way, the ball handler here only had silver bulldozer. So it really shows that you'll be really vulnerable with these animations if you have low strength. And for the next one, I put more strength on the defender and he got more stops. It pretty much amplifies your clamp animations. And on the offensive side, the more strength you have, the more blow-by animations you can get, and that includes your bulldozer animations. And to give you more perspective on how strength can help you in these animations, I had a quick test. I tried 25 strength with Hall of Fame bulldozer, and I found it hard to do a single bulldozer animation. Then the moment I put strength, that's the time it kicked in. I know realistically you can't have bulldozer badge with low strength. I was just trying to make a point that the game programmed strength to amplify these badges. To be honest, one way to remember what strength does is to look at this list here. These are the things that I've been testing since 2K20 in relation to strength. So before we go to the next part, just want to invite you guys to like the video if liking so far. And if you're new here, I'm Choots and I do lots of detailed badge and stat testings. First week, I'm going to do stuff like, speed with ball, strength, acceleration, vert, and all the stuff you need to know on the first week before you finalize your build. And I'm doing this thing full time, so expect a lot of videos coming your way. Trust me, subscribing to this channel will be one of your best investment this year. So now going back for the next part, the recommendations. It is really hard to get a solid recommendation in this one because it always depends on your build and playstyle. But my general rule in here is if you're a big, it's a no-brainer, just max your strength. If you're a big, you'll be doing all these things that I tested, so it just makes sense that to put it on max. In recent years, when I do a big man build, I just max my strength, especially if I'm undersized, so I can make up with the lost height. Now, what about on guard builds? I think it all depends on how the meta will be this year. I'm making this video on the second day of the release, so I have no idea what's going to be the meta playstyle. So if blow-bys are the move, or this bulldozer move can be really effective come endgame, like, when everyone's players are maxed out, then putting strength on guard builds will be more advisable. So it can be used on defending these blow-bys, and of course, for you to do blow-bys. If that's the case, maybe put it above average, I would say around more than 60. But at the end, if the typical play shot types of shots became the meta, then don't focus much on strength as a guard. Probably just get silver clamps, or bronze. I haven't tested clamps yet, but in recent years, silver was my sweet spot, so there's a huge chance that it's going to be the same. It is really important to follow the meta playstyle, especially for strength. Last year, if you remember, everyone got overwhelmed and got excited with the arrival of Bully Badge because it really looked cool, and players decided to put strength on their builds and get bully animations. But at the end, bully animations failed to be a go-to move. Just for a summary on my recommendations, big man builds, just max it. Guard builds, dependent on what the meta playstyle is. So that's all for the video. Please leave any feedback about this, and don't forget to drop by the channel for lots of other contents. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.